Back in October, the Lions lost a blowout in their last game against the Vikings. Can Minnesota do it again? Find out next.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now it's 2nd and 9. First carry for DeAndre Swift. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Goff on first down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10. But he had...
And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. A first carry here for Kene Nwangwu. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They go play action here. Mond. Throwing left side, it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mond now off of play action. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangwu, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and it will tie our score here this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. These two teams all tied after one. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Goff now to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
First play's a run with Nwangwu. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Handoff here to Nwangwu. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Mond on the bootleg. And his throw here's incomplete. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Bert, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and inches, Goff toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Goff. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw is Goff. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Wide open receiver, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Off the play fake, Mon. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Mon looks to throw on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. from the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Lynch running right. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the...
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mond. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Here's Mond. He gets it complete to Harris. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass?
He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mond going to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to the ground, Lynch. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground with Swift. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Goff. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Again, Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And down inside the 15 he goes. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Goff. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run now for Nwangu. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go right back to Nwangu. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the